Hello, good morning and good afternoon to you all, wherever you are joining me. You are welcome to the 15th edition of Investdata Trading Academy with Ambrose. And today, before we go into the market, state of the market, we want to look at some little happenings, how it's going to guide us in our investment decision. Like I always say, with the ongoing volatility in the market and the global trend, and see what's happening in Ukraine, and the invasion and others, others which I call noise. And for you to stay ahead of this noise, you must focus on your chart or what we call technical analysis. You must look at it. That is how to stay ahead of this noise, because this is not the time for you to look at the noise. Stay ahead of the noise by being focused on your chart, because the volatility in the market, the earning expectation, the global trend, in terms of geopolitical tension here and there, and other factors, may try to shift your attention from the market. No, you have to be focused in the market using your chart, to filter the noise. Sorry, to filter the noise and also stay focused in the market. If you do that, I'm telling you, that is the right way to go as market is ongoing. Because I'm telling you, they don't say because there's a tension in either Ukraine that many markets of the world are closing down. No, as far as there is live market to open every day. And as market has opened today, to see what happened yesterday, or you saw what happened yesterday, that US market rebounded even when the tension was high in Ukraine and that region. But that's something that many investors in Euro market might also decide to move to either other US market or emerging market. That means funds are likely to come into emerging market or go to other advanced market. For me, this is time for you to also prepare and use your chart. Like I always say that when the market is volatile like this, it is time to use your word. Your price action is very, very key. It's very, 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 very key. Here, traders and investors should stay ahead of the market, focus on risk and what and weakness of the market. Is very key. Using charts, trend and what and sentiment, and also momentum, to know by looking at whether it is trending or is going up. When you're able to read this, I'm telling you, you are ahead of the market, because as it is now, any market of the world, I'm telling you, direction is what matters. Where is the market heading to? Is it heading to the north or the south? Is this side trending? Is it making a flat movement? You need to know. Once you know all this, it also inform, and you need to know how to use tools to know the circle of the market, the price circle, the price structure of what is happening. If you are trading index, you need to know what the position of the index. If you are trading sectoral index, if you are trading any kind of instrument, any kind of assets you are trading, you need to know where is the position of the price. That's why you need to understand the kind of tools in tech analysis to use to understand the price structure, where the price going. Once you know this, I'm also telling you that you are already on the right side to protect your fund. That's another way of doing defense. As market dynamics and trends continue to change from what we are seeing today, I think what we should do, especially this post pandemic shift, one has to be very careful, and also you need to also play with caution. And that caution means that you must go by what your stop loss. Don't be carried away, because I'm telling you, we are seeing a lot of volatility since this post pandemic shift. That tells you that you need to sit up. Traders need to stay on edge, to stay ahead of what the volatility, and also protect profit from any big world trend or big changes, big moves. You need to also learn to protect your, and to navigate this, investors need to find root of the instrument for me to play safe in this financial market. And it's the time for you to look at where is the direction of the world of the market. And you have to do this successfully by using your technical analysis. And that is why, as a trader or investor, combining the two technical the two analytical tools, fundamental and technical, are very, very important. By following asset and what and money flow, because if you really want to know where there is move, when there is a shift, you must know how to follow the assets and what and the money flow, because this money flow will tell you where things are moving. And you, also as a trader, you also need to protect your capital. That is why the first you need to do to identify trend change. And once you identify trend change when you are trading, the next thing is for you to make move. And you have to move well to protect your capital. And protect your capital, you need to go defense. And if you want to play defense, which sector is for you to play defense? Which sector or which stocks are you going to play defense? That is why you need to understand this. Once this thing is clear, I'm telling you, you are good to go, because that is the only way you can stay ahead of the market, because you must understand where the market is heading to. Once you understand where the market is heading to, I'm telling you, you are good to go at any time. That is why now that you are seeing changes, it is when you confirm the change in trend, I'm telling you, your capital must move for something, and you want to also protect your capital by moving into what defensive stocks, defensive sector, and defensive what companies. You know them already because in the nature of the stock here, especially in our market, we know those stocks that are defensive. That's why if you're not going to buy and sell signal, you see stocks that are called dividend paying stock, defensive stock. You see those that are called those that will lead recovery, those stocks that low price attraction. You see them in different category before you can see your weekly trading opportunity. No, there. If you are not a member of buy and sell signal, it is opportunity for because this time that the market is on this move, we can see that trend globally is changing and volatility in our market and keep on ongoing. Because if it keep on ongoing, you don't need to stay back. The ongoing in this volatility also will create wealth for you. But you must know how to use your word, your price action, your stop loss, and your profit target so that you will stay ahead of the market. Once you know how to do this effectively, I'm telling you, you are good to go the market. And also, don't forget that also the first, the second coming, the second master class for this year will be coming by the first week of April by God grace. That means from March start preparing for it because I'm telling you in that class we're going to dwell more on how to play defensive in this volatile because this year throughout I'm telling you that the market remain in this volatile move. Why? Because any season is there and because of being pre-election year and also the trend we are seeing globally there will be oscillation market, but you should know how to play oscillating market so that you won't get your finger burnt, you won't lose your capital. That is why the coming master class we're going to do more on how to play defensive, the kind of stock, the kind of sectors in industry that where you should play defensive will also be discussed. And as usual, we're going to give you those stocks that you can make money. You know our nature in Investdata, how we do our master class. After the class, stock that we buy within 90 days, that we are sure of making anything above 30-35%, you are sure of getting those jobs. That means you start preparing yourself now for the master class. Yes, we want to look at the state of the market. It's very, very important before we go to individual stock. The market as we speak now, yes, the market is in green. I would say that the composite index action is flat and on a positive note. It has not turned red as we speak now, which is good. But I will tell you that the low cap stocks are the one dominating activities, even in the top trade, the gainers and the losers, the low cap stocks are dominating. It tells you that something is still fishing because people are still looking to see the big caps coming like say a masquerade. Masquerade want to come out. They are waiting for the numbers of this masquerade to come out. And also if you look at the chart of those big names, you see that most of them are also side trending. The way the general market, the index action is, that is why also they are also side trending. They are moving within inch and remaining in that flat move. It tells that market is waiting for those big names, and when it comes, going to change the market. As I said, market is flat in green, a marginal green, which is good. But as we speak now, we have 10 gainers and against 8 losers. That means we are still having a marginal positive market breadth. As we speak now, the top gainers in the market are Royal Exchange Assurance, RTP School. This stock have been there. Then another one that is emerging as a gainers for almost the past 3 days, which you are likely to check is Niger Insurance. Then another one there is International Brewing and Africa Prudential rebounding. Then the losers, I said there are 8 losers, but the top losers are Land Africa. I'm not surprised people taking profit. Then QTs also people taking profit. Multiverse and also Mutual Benefit and Guinness Nigeria. These are the one topping the loser chart. But we want to know those top trade in terms of volume. And I'll tell you, banking stock also is dominating that chart. As we speak now, SCMB is leading, followed by UPA, Transcorp, and Multiverse, and Zenith Bank. Here the banks are leading, but if you see, also local stock are one dominating the chart. Looking at the Transcorp, Multiverse, and FCMB. The big names here is always Zenith Bank and UPA. But you can see that the market this morning now is purely dominated by what? The low cap stocks. Who tells you that market is waiting for a trigger? For me, there's no cause for alarm. You can see that the chart we are looking at here, the Osher index, we'll call it the index action. You can see it here that it's already so flat here. You can see, but the good thing is that it's not negative. We're not seeing red. If you look at here, there's no red, candle here. Despite these candles are small candle, but the good thing is that this index action is below the resistance line, which is the resistance or the breakout line is 47,335.72. And why the market are also refused to break down the 47,000 mark flat. It touches at 47,011 and rebounded. Says that market is within this range. Within this range, they're then trying to break out. Once market break out the 47,335, that means market is also entering another new rally. But the good thing is that market is kind of expecting a trigger. And also, as the crude oil price continues to rally, stock like Steplat we saw yesterday that among the top gainers, also more likely to look up. But Owando, we can't say anything more because market confidence in Owando is still shaking. But these are stocks that are likely to follow the trend because of the crude oil price. Because I'm telling you, as far as this invasion or this geopolitical tension in Ukraine and Russia continue, oil price will last, will keep on going up that not direction as far as this tension lasts. Because the supply also have been affected. That will also demand will not fall. For that, price will continue to look up. For me, I think that sector is part of the sector you can look at now if you are ready to reposition your portfolio because that is where it's happening. It's a sector one can look at. And don't forget the telecom companies, also the banking, this is great for you to look at because I tell you, as volatility continue in this market, they are bound to be what portfolio reshuffling, and also you as an investor you need to also play defensive so that you can protect your capital. But I'm telling you, you can't do this effectively if you don't know how to use your technical analysis. That is why you need to understand the technical tools to use at different times to guide you on what to do. And that is why in this class, I always say I emphasize on using all those indicators to guide you. But don't forget that I will tell you that stop loss is key. No matter the market you are playing currency, you are playing cryptocurrency, you are playing FS, you are playing commodity, you are playing bond, you are playing equity. Your stop loss is key. And also don't forget that in any market that oscillate or move, profit taking is part and part of that market. That's why as you are seeing market volatility, know when to take profit and when to jump in. Don't be carried away by anything, but rather your surplus will be your guide to guide your risk and also to protect your capital. Good. Yes, we want to look at the chart now. Quick one, as usual, I want to call some indicators to give you a clear position of where the market is. I will start with the Bollinger Band. Very, very clear. You can see that the band is getting tighter, coming together. But a breakout is ahead of this formation you are seeing in terms of the Bollinger Band. For me, it gives you a clear signal where the market is going. The market is waiting for what? A trigger. Once that trigger hit the market, that change we're expecting will also come. And we look at the trigger are likely to be positive if the big names were expected to reach the result also beat market expectation. If that happens, we'll see a breakout. You'll see this polygon band formation that is looking tiny now might be one that will grow out. You say, wow. And also, I told you that when there's a trend change, you also be looking at where is the asset going and where also the funds are flowing to. Where is money flowing to? You need to understand. And that is why you always want to look at your money flow. Money flow is very important. You need to tell you whether funds are entering the market or funds are leaving the market or funds are entering individual stocks or index. You will know when you are seeing activity is about volume and also sentiment behind that the money flow will give you where funds are entering and what funds are entering. Once you know that, also is a good way also to look at the market. Then finally, I'll call the T line. This my T line is very, very important to me. I'll tell you the T line in any of my analysis. I want to look at it because it gives me a lot of information of what the market is and where my the price action of is it below the T line or above the T line. Once I'm able to identify that, I'm telling you my strength is there, and I was smiling. And also the good thing now, like you see that the market has giving me another signal. That is why this live class is very interesting because it guide you see that here the market is also forming a tight kind of a close up, a low sentiment or a low momentum here, but it's waiting for a breakout. The good thing is that both the T line and the 20 moving average, the index action is above this line. For me, it's a good one. But I want you to take down here. You see this our what we call a histogram here. You can see that the thing is coming up again. Here you can see after we have seen a longer histogram here, it's shorten winner is a sign that this blue line, once it cross the red one up, that will confirm. But if you come down here, see the market now on a day chart, funds is entering the market at this hour. As I guess when we were talking market, funds were not entering the market, but this morning I see that funds entered the market as market closed positive yesterday. Then I want to quickly take the chart to an hour chart so that you give all the state of the market and our position. Yes, on our position, you can see that the Bollinger is becoming tight. To tell you that for almost a period of time, you can see that this situation has been in the market. You can see that our chart what has happened. The trend is very, very tight. That is that the market is looking for a breakout. Both the T line, both the 20 everyone is still in a tiny move. That is that things are still waiting for a trigger. Let's also look at the 45-minute chart. It's very key. But before we go back to our 1-day chart to see. Yes, also on 45-minute chart, you can see that your money flow also is still positive, looking up gradually, and also MACD is also a bit more positive here. You can see that the red one, the blue one has crossed the red one from down. You can see it here, and the volume is still very, very flat. That's why I cannot read it too much. But let's go back to the 1-day chart so that as for today, we can look at and it becomes clearer for us. You can see. Quick one, we won't stop here. We want to look at the weekly chart. Let's see how it is on a weekly chart. Today is the last trading day of the week. We need to look at what is the market doing on a weekly basis. You can see that the market is very strong. That will give you a top up that the market is very, very strong on a weekly chart. You can see here the way it is. You can see that the Bollinger Band is still wide here. Tell that good. You can see your volume chart is still okay, positive. You can see it here. For me, why your MACD is positive and your your money flow, yes, it's not showing, it's not displaying here, but I need to call it here. Let me call the money flow here and see money flow on a weekly chart. Money flow on the weekly chart is telling us that yes, on a weekly chart, funds is still strong. You can see how strong tight it is around 100, but we need to look at it better when I come back to this place. But you can see that the chart on its own. I'm looking at this. This is why I love using my T line, the blue line. You can see the more on a weekly chart, you can see that the index action is moving far from the line. Says that on a weekly chart the market is strong. You can look at this point here. You can see that here that the index was far from the T line. Tells you that the market is strong. And you can see that here the market remain on a weekly chart, but here it crossed down. No, you need to, once you have all this, it will tell you, see polygonal gap, it comes down here to touch the bottom, it move up again. Now it remains in the what? In the upper polygonal line. For me, it's a good one to always watch to know exactly where the market is. That is why I tell you, no matter the time you are entering the market, whether you're a trader or investor, you need to understand where is the state of the market. Once you know the state of the market, you are good to go. But that state of the market will give you a lot of information of what to do for that hour, for that moment, for that particular time you want to take your investment decision. As I've said earlier, now that we're seeing the market, we want to quickly look at the new one that I'm seeing, the new stock I can see. It's a low cap stock, but this is Niger Insurance. We want to see the chart of Niger Insurance. Let's see this trend we are seeing that is it sustainable, and also is it a pattern that every this period February this stock make a move like this. If you understand it's a pattern, then also you can see let's wait and watch. But if it's not a pattern, you should know what to do, because this kind of stock that move the way, you know what happened to Ambrose school that move from 20 kobo to even getting to almost 1 naira now. If you are there that you are not sold, fine. But if they want to sell the market, and that's why don't be greedy. Once you meet your target, you come out, because this kind of trend will not continue like that. There is a time that this trend you are seeing will also turn the other way. But take advantage. But if you are using your T line to always watch the ROTB school, for me, that means it is good. But also, I would like us to also look at it to see the position of T line in that ROTB school for those that are there. But for me, you have to be very careful, because the person buying, I always say, when there's a buy in the market, say sell into an up market, because when it turns down, nobody is picking this stock, become a problem, because this is a stock that nobody will pay dividend immediately. That means as a trader, you are seeing opportunities kind of stock. That is why we want to go back to Niger Insurance to see, because this one is making a new trend. Whether you should jump in or what not, we'll look at the two chart now before we go and look at Zenith Bank. Among the top volume today, Zenith Bank and the FCMB, we look at them together, because these are the ones that are showing on the top winner recently. In this our class. We're going to go for others like transport, UP. We'll look at them, Prudential. We want to look at this Niger Insurance and RO2B School, Zenith Bank, and the FCMB. Let's quickly look at the Niger Insurance now. Let's see what is happening there to know exactly what to do, because I'm telling you, that's why you are in the market. You want to take advantage of every information. You want to see if this stock is still strong above the T line. I will tell you, you can still take position. But let's confirm the state now. But this is the last trading day of this week. If that is above, that means there's still potential for this stock to make an uptrend. The new week we will know. But let T-line give us more information and other indicators that we're using in this class to know exactly what is happening in Niger insurance. If it is safe for you and I to jump in, we'll know from here, because we are in the market to make money. That's why I say you don't fall in love. A stock that has positive momentum and is trending up is where you look at. If the trend is sustained, that will give you money. Don't wait until it become a big name, either Nestle or Total. No, this small cap, you look at, is it that I want to sell? Is there buyer? When all those ones are confirmed and you see a positive trend like this, it's also good to take advantage of this kind of trend. Let's look at what is happening in Niger. Yeah, okay, good one. You can see this trend that is happening in this stock. You see, for me, you can see that this stock, if you are buying this stock, you have to be very careful. It's addressed for over from years. If you look at it where it is here now, it's like 2021, around the same period we are now. That's where you see this move, and it rally from like the same 20 kobo to around the 35, 36 kobo before it came down. And remains like, I mean, in this kind of stock, I will tell you, if you want to jump now, you have to be very careful. You can see that's why I said let's go back and look at trend. That's why technical analysis is very, very important. It tells you the past performance. Yes, we know that it does not guarantee, but when you see the behavioral pattern of traders or investors in this kind of stuff, it will guide you on what to do. You saw what happened, in a R2 school, fine. But if that will repeat here, you can't tell. But you have seen a pattern for this one now to tell you. I think for R2, this is the first time we're seeing this kind of movement from 20 to where it is now. But this one is not the first one. Can it sustain it this time? Once you find out that, yes, but technically we're seeing a pattern that is repeating itself already here. But let's bring out our T line to look at where it is now in this stock. Once we're able to get the position of T line here and other indicators we're using, then we're good to also go. And that is why it's very important when you are doing analysis, you need to consider all this. Once you do that, I'm telling you, your mistakes and error are very, very, very few. Our T line here as normal. Yes, T line is above, but let's change it to 8. Before I do that, let me bring the longer band also on this side. Then I'm bringing indicators that easy for you to read and take your decision. You don't need to, crack your head so much. Once you understand to how to read the indicators we are showing, that means you are there already. Let's quickly change this our T line to our 8 days as usual. 8 days as usual. We're not turning it to red because we're always in a red line there. Yes, as we speak now, you can see that yes, the market the stock as we speak, Niger insurance is above 12, but I will tell you, you can see the formation there. I'm not satisfied with this formation. Yes, as we speak now, we're seeing momentum. Funds are entering the stock. If you look at your money flow down here, it's looking up here. You can see the line here trending up on a daily, on 1 day chart. You can see here it's bullish here. You can see it here. Here you can see the trend for like 3 days now. Three up, we call it either three soldier. In technical analysis, you can see this, the candlestick here. But quick one, as you are seeing it here, we want to also look at the 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 volume. The volume here, you can see we are not seeing relative volume that to support this. That's why there's no supply much in this stock, and you have to be very careful in this stock. You can see the pattern here, because this have shown you the movement of the stock. If it does take you up and it can equally bring you down, you can see what is happening. It's cited for how many years or months, for a long time before we are seeing this. You can equally see it on your MACD. You can see the moves here. For me, we have to be very, very careful. Let me change it to an hourly chart. Let's see what is happening in the stock today as we speak now. This hour, you can see that the stock is not making too much move. You can see that it's a bit flat here now at this moment. But the good thing is that it's trading above the T line. You can see for yourself. For me, let's exercise patient. Watch this stock. You can see volume coming gradually here. You can see let's exercise patient. But if you are there, I would not advise to jump out because it's above the T line. That means there's still strength. But what matters is that when you want to sell the stock, you see buyer to pick it from you, because it's been almost 28 kobo now for the stock. It's not a bad one, but you have to be very cautious in this kind of stock. If you are there, you have to be very, very. Let's quickly look at the ROT Briscoe before we quickly look at the FCMB ROT Look at LOT Briscoe equal. Look at it now, and find look at. I want to quickly bring the T line in this to know for those that are holding the stock that are that are lucky to jump into the stock. As speak now, it's still doing another almost 10%. That means for straight 3 weeks, this stock, and that means you have entered this week, this stock in last 3 weeks, you have made good money from 20 kobo to almost 1 naira. You know how many return? That is what? That is mind blowing. That is almost getting to almost more than hmm, getting to almost a 1,500, more than 1,000 return. If you move from that 20 kobo to almost 1 naira in just 3 weeks, straight at that, it's good thing, but most time don't be carried away because you don't see such move often. And when it turns against you, you want to sell. Like I say, don't be greedy. As the party is still on, you can take decision and take your profit. But when the party is over, nobody is there to pick it for you. Everybody wants to leave the party together because they want to sell. That's why if you have made money in this stock, my kind advice is that you take your profit and leave the rest for others. Let the party continue, or you go and join another party elsewhere than staying here. And when the party is over, all of you cannot find way out of the stock. It becomes dangerous at that particular time. But let's look at what is happening in this stock. For me, let's see. You can see, you can see gap ups in this stock. You can see gap ups, gap up, gap up, gap up. Even today too, you can see gap up. For me, it's a good one for this stock. You can see volume, also, and this a daily chart for me is good, but our T line for me, I'm not in this stock. I will just tell you my kind of opinion. If you have made profit, fine. Some of your profit because this kind of trend, you can see you can't have it kind of a pattern to say, but only move all this period little, and for this one we have seen consistent. That means something is happening in form of somebody is taking over somewhere. You can see the trend continuing for almost 3 weeks. You can see it here, but it's important I bring the T line here now. Very, very important for me to see exactly what is happening in this stock. Exactly what is happening in this stock. We need to, because it's good, but it's good that you can see it's remained on the top of the Bollinger Band for all this while. It has not even broken down to touch the 20 days moving average of the Bollinger Band. Still above it. Say that this momentum is strong, but let's consider other things for us to say yes, we can still hold for those that are there, but I can't jump into this stock at this kind of price at this moment. Yeah, that's why I said you need to, when trend is changing, know where fund is flowing, and once you know that, tell you that yes, you are good to go. Let's also look at the 8 days yeah, there. Let me quickly change it to the T line. This T line is very important to me, and I encourage you to always use it to quickly find out where your position is. Is it above the T line? Because that tells you the market strength or momentum of that stock at that particular time. Once you're able to find it out, you are good to go. You can see that money flow in this stock is leading 100%. That means fund is here chasing this stock. Money flow activities, you can see 100%, and that is highest. You can read the money flow. It has remained that for a long time. You can see, it has remained that for a long time. It remained up here, but the move came here, started just where you can see the blue line, crossing the red from down. You can see, and it remained up. You can see it here. You can see it here. For me, it's okay, but if you are there, there's still strength because you can see that the the price action is above the T line, giving a gap, which is good. But before I round up, let me quickly look at Zenith Bank or FCMB to call it a day because we need to look at one of them, either Zenith Bank or FCMB. Let's look at it. I think let's look at the Zenith Bank first. If time permits us, we'll look at FCMB. Let's look at Zenith Bank. Zenith Bank, according to their release, they are likely to read results. They said on or before 26. That means if results to come today, then it's possible, or Monday. But they say on or before 26. So let's look at what is happening in Zenith Bank as we speak now. It's like they say, kind of a little pullback this morning in Zenith Bank. Either the expectation of results coming today, they've not seen it. The market can always react in different way. Let's see what Zenith Bank is doing. Look at Zenith Bank chart. Everything around Zenith Bank. Let's see at the market is expected. That's why I said release date. Release date is very important. Earnings date is very, very important. Now they have in their communication that they are about to release results before on or before 26. Market is looking forward to that already. Let's see how the chart is behaving. You have to read the chart. I tell you, you must focus on the chart because it will filter any form of news. You can see a good trend in Zenith Bank. That is why this stock is a very good stock to stay because it goes up and down for you to know. You can see this trend in Zenith Bank. Quick one before we run it up. Let me bring the T line. It's very, very important. Every other one, level. Let's bring the T line up here. It's very, very important before we call it a day. I want to see that T line where Zenith Bank is now so that you and I can look at it. Yes, and the money flow. Let me look at money flow at the same time and what and MACD. These are very, very key indicators we are using in this class. And on that note, I will call the polygon band that this one might be the last one we are looking at before we draw the curtain for today. Yes, if you look at Zenith Bank, you can see there's a lot of volatility here. You can see it, and this stock move up and down. That means you can trade in it, but look at the T line. The T line is the blue one. Even at this morning now, as what the response, it has not broken down. It has rested on T line now, and also above the average, call it average, 50 average in Bollinger Band, which is the red line. Still above it, above the T line. Yes, it's still strong, but I'll tell you that at this hour now, the money flow is looking down, already looking down in GT Bank. From even from almost yesterday around to almost 60 something now, 61 from almost 62 yesterday. I mean, this little pullback we are seeing now is that funds are still leaving small. Why? Yes, looking why expecting Zenith Bank result. But I see that Zenith Bank know how they maintain their position of giving dividend. If that dividend come as expected, you might see a little up. But don't forget that in history of this bank, Zenith Bank, whenever the results come, no matter how good it is, even what they are paying, it will either for 2 or 3 days, or that day or 2 days, to pull back. But towards the mark down or the correction, they see the stock also jumping back. And because they are consistent in dividend and their dividend payment is always short from the day of release, most people also want to come back, especially the PFAs, to take advantage of that short period because it shows that the bank is liquid. They don't give their payment for long distance to look for money. No, already they are declaring they are paying you. It's a sign also to say that this bank is healthy, and also it has maintained like almost 6 years most profitable bank in Nigeria, and the price is also coming to show it gradually. But the price has refused to break out 27 for this recent time. But after it has touched almost this point of 27.50, but recently it's struggling around 27. Once it got 27, like almost like you can see this line here, this side 27, 28, 2680, 2690. But this morning is doing as we speak now 2685. Yeah, for me, if you're in a bank, hold your position and don't panic. Yes, thank you this afternoon and God bless you all. Yes, as the market continue, join the rest of your trading day. Also, don't forget, if you have questions, join us tomorrow by God grace by 12 o'clock for question and answer section. All the questions you have, come with that platform. We'll soon share the link also for you to join us for tomorrow question and answer. You can ask your question and also air your view, your own thoughts concerning the market at the spot. We are all there to learn. Look forward to see you tomorrow. And also don't forget, start preparing for the second master class for the year, the first Saturday in April by God grace, so that how to play this volatile market, because the way it is, I'm telling you that this market is going to remain in this mood of up and down. This volatility will continue. Being pre-election year, we are seeing trend changing globally, and also the earnings that will come both in April. April, we're expecting the first quarter of this company to start coming. You should also adjust your portfolio to sit all these changes so that at the end of the day, your portfolio will stay ahead of the market. You'll be smiling to the back. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your day.